Welcome to ZASLOW Show 2.0 on a Tuesday morning, the 8th morning of November. Good to have you aboard wherever you are listening to us. Appreciate you hanging out. We got a fun show planned today. Things didn't go the way we wanted last night. That's unfortunate. Obviously, we're not in the best of moods because of that. The Miami Heat dropped to 4-7. We got some NFL news. So, and we're marching toward this weekend when we're looking for the possible MVP consideration for the Miami Dolphins starting quarterback. We are marching towards this weekend as the Dolphins will look for a fourth consecutive win. They are back at home. They are taking on the Cleveland Browns. So good to have you aboard here. And of course, our title sponsor from day number one of Zaslow Show 2.0, my friends at Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. I've already told you, I'm so grateful to those guys from day number one. They said, Zaslow, we want to be a part of the show. We're behind you 100%. You know how good that made me feel? I need you on the show, all right? So Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, you got any personal injury you're dealing with, whatever kind of accident, let them take care of the things that you don't need to be worrying about, all right? So again, Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, those are my guys. Send my friends and family there if they ever have any kind of accidents or personal injury that they are dealing with. All right, so let's get things going here. The Miami Heat last night dropped to 4-7. The Heat lose a heartbreaker at home. You know, you figure the team starts a 4-game homestand. It's Portland. You're looking to sweep that ass. You beat them a couple weeks ago on the road trip. It was the only win on the road trip. You get Jimmy Butler back last night. No Tyler Hero, and that hurts. Means you're leading scorer. But you get Jimmy Butler back last night. It's no excuse. We got enough, right? Got enough. And you got Portland. Then you got 2 games against Charlotte. All right. The Hornets are struggle city right now. At this point, though, you can't put any games in the win column before you actually play them. You have no idea with this Heat team. And then you got Phoenix closing out this homestand. So now you're already in a spot, because Phoenix, we know Phoenix is really good. Now you're in a spot where, all right, best case scenario, 2-2. You know, you can't say with this Heat team, hey, 4-0, got to take all 4 home games. With a team that was a couple games under 500 going into the homestand, you can't say, hey, sweep the homestand. 3-1 is what you were looking for. Well, you already lost 1. You're going to win the next 3, and the final game there is against Phoenix. So now you're looking at, realistically, 2-2. So this homestand is already off to a horrible start, and they stuck a dagger right in your chest. I was ready last night. Now, you know how I feel about Kyle Lowry. Not a fan. Kyle Lowry, really good game last night. And Kyle Lowry put the Heat in a position to win that game. I was ready. I'm taking my notes during the game. I'm watching the game, Zaslow Mansion, family room couch. I'm sitting there in my underwear. I'm making notes. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to lead off Zaslow Show 2.0 on a Tuesday morning. Election day, by the way. Weird night last night in the NBA with all the timing. I'll get to that in a second. But I'm thinking to myself, Kyle Lowry's going to win them this game because the Heat are up by 4. The score is 96-92 in the middle of the fourth quarter. The Heat are up by 4. And he swung the game in the Heat's direction. The Heat are up by 4. Lowry hits a 3. The very next, so now you're up by 7. The very next possession, strong rebound from Lowry, and he gets the assist on a Max Strus dunk 3-point play right there. Now all of a sudden, you were up 4, boom, you're up by 10. Lowry swung the game right there. I'm ready to start the show today giving Kyle Lowry some credit. Now, I guess I am giving Kyle Lowry some credit here, but I was ready to start the show saying the Heat don't win that game last night without Kyle Lowry doing what he did. The Heat go cold after that. The Heat have been very good in the fourth quarter of their wins. The Heat have been very good in the fourth quarter of their wins on the defensive end. Overall, the Heat have not been a good defensive team this year. They gave up 53% shooting to Portland last night. They've been good in the fourth quarter defensively. And the Heat go cold, and they can't get any stops. The Heat are down by 1 late. Bam had a... Look, I mean, can't do it. Bam gets called for an offensive foul. Was it Anthony Simons? Does Simons sell the shit out of that call? Yeah. Like, you look at the replay, and it's embarrassing. I almost wish that I almost wish that they go to the replay because they called it a defensive foul on the floor. They go to the review, coach's challenge, and I almost wish that the officials are watching the replay and they say, oh, come on. I mean, look at this flop here. Because he wraps his arm around Bam. I mean, it was an offensive foul. He wraps his arm around and Simons, ooh! I almost wish that the officials look like we can't reward that. And you're hoping that when they go to the review there, that they're calling a foul on Simons first. Because Simons looked like he locked up Bam's arm, and then Bam, clearly hooks him. They say, nah, we're just calling an offensive foul. I mean, it's a pretty blatant hook. So Bam gets called for the offensive foul. Now we're down by 3 after 2 made free throws. And then you get the final sequence there. All right. Final sequence. Let's hear from Eric Spoelstra here on what went down on the final play.
It was like everything stopped. I was looking at Chauncey. I was looking at Justice. He had the ball out, and everybody just stopped. I don't think the officials knew what was going on. And then they got into Lillard. That play reminded me of the baseline out of bounds play that happened about 4 minutes before that. It felt like it was 15 seconds long, where Simons hit the catch and go floater. This one felt like it was 15 seconds. Lillard going, full court, got the switch, and then made a heady play. I mean, I don't think a lot of players make that play. Particularly Lillard. You want to go for that kill yourself, but that just shows you, the class and IQ and trust and unselfishness and just about winning. He kicked it to an open guy. You probably see that across the NBA. 9 times out of 10, the guy who's dribbling up is going to launch that. And I thought we probably would have had 2 guys contesting that, Duncan and Jimmy. But he made just the right play. If somebody's open, for a count, he hit it. And Hart made a big one.
All right, so you heard the coach there. A crushing sequence to end the game. The Heat are down by 3. You called the timeout. Lowry finds Strus in the corner. Pump fake, heavily contested shot. Nails it. Did not see that coming. I mean, I didn't even jump off the couch to react. I was like I was stunned that he made it. Not because I don't love Max Strus, but I don't know. I feel like it's been a really long time that we've had a spot like that where we're down by 3 late in the game and they end up hitting the game-tying shot or even game-winning shot for that matter. I mean, hell, you go to the game right before it. Hero misses the 3 to tie. I don't know. I just feel like it's been a really long time. Didn't expect it to go in. And then you get kind of the chaos that the coach references there where they're kind of looking at Chauncey. They're deciding that they should call timeout. They don't. Then they push the ball up the floor. They're in transition. And yeah, the coach is right there. You would have expected Lillard to take that shot. He finds Josh Hart on the court. I think on the television broadcast, Eric and Johnson, it was Josh Hart's 6th made 3 of the season. 10 games, 6-3. I mean, you live with that shot. Give Bam Adebayo a listen here. He says exactly that.
I mean, I looked at their coach, and he was kind of like, go with it. I mean, he hit a hell of a shot. I can't really give you a distinct answer on that. I mean, he just made a great play.
When you look at that play, all season long, there's been a struggle in transition. Was that just another of those moments, or is it a matter of when Damian Lillard has the ball, you come up and meet him, and those things can happen?
Yeah, I mean, anybody but in that scenario. You see Damian Lillard dribbling up, you want the ball out of his hands. Josh Hart made a great shot.
He's right. Anyone but Lillard in that spot. And it's not even Lowry should have stayed with Hart in the corner. I can't do that. I can't sit here and tell you that he made a mistake there. It's anyone but Lillard. Lillard he essentially had Robinson and Butler beat. And when I say beat, I mean beat that you figure he may be able to get a floater near the rim. You don't want that. Which would you rather, a contested floater near the rim from Lillard or Josh Hart in the corner. It's essentially an open shot. You're going with Josh Hart. Anyone but Lillard. And like, I sat there on the couch, shot goes in, it's like, you mother effer. I didn't even react. I really did, because I don't know if I expected it to go in, but this season has not been fun. It is not fun. When's the fun start? When's the fun start?